from Nyeri County. If you looked at the issues that were being raised, were issues relating to breaches of the law as early as 2013, 2014. You would be left wondering, why would an MCA, bring an impeachment motion against a governor now, relating to offenses committed 2-3 years ago. Assuming a governor commits an offense today, there is no problem with the MCAs impeaching him now. But if they relate to issues that were committed, offenses that were committed 2 years ago, then the question of why now would then arise. Yes. But I think it is important that we need to understand that if an offense is committed today, grave as it is, impeachment can be preferred.
To impeach a governor.
Yeah. Listen, the impeachment process does not halt or slow down closer to an election. It is an avenue that is provided when there is legitimate cause for you to impeach. So you can be impeached even a day to the elections, because not because of that removing you in office for that particular day. It puts you out of politics for the next 10 years. So the impeachment is symbolic. It's not just, it has consequences. So once you're impeached, you cannot hold public office for the next 10 years. So if somebody cannot say that closer to an election, I'm not saying that there's any merit in the impeachment process of Governor Kidero or any other governor, but I'm saying if somebody commits a travesty on the Constitution a day or two to the polls, and there's reasonable cause for any county assembly, if it has not been adjourned, to impeach, or even if a parliament has not been prorogued for an election, and there is reasonable cause, you can impeach even a day or two. Yes. It does not mean the law is suspended at any point.
So it's true that actually such motions could be used to actually get rid of some governors who could be seeking re-election.
In English, they say, if you want to kill a dog, you first give it a bad name. So the people who want to kill the noble exercise of impeachment as a tool of ensuring that governors remain accountable, they are giving it a bad name in the manner in which MCAs are behaving. Impeachment must remain alive at the beginning, in the middle, and towards the end of the term. It has no time limit. How MCAs can go to TV, as I saw, from ODM, and tell Kenyans that MCA of ODM could not file an impeachment motion against Kidero simply because they come from the same party. It resonates very badly with our coalition code, which stands on the platform of accountability, zero tolerance to corruption. There is no way you can justify that, given that the five or six impeachment motions that we have had in the Senate have all been in respect of Jubilee governors. It invites me to believe that the MCAs of CORD are being held captive by governors. But the MCAs of Jubilee are the ones who understand oversight. And I think somewhere there might be a leadership influence. The leadership in Jubilee has demonstrated, either in public or in private, to MCAs that do your work. Maybe our core principles, Raila Odinga, Wetangula, and Kalonzo, need also to make it loud and clear that we are not tolerant to corruption, so that MCAs can play
a very rare endorsement coming from Boni Halwale towards Jubilee.
It's really not an endorsement. It is an acknowledgement.
Slip of tongue, like Kidero.
of the truth. That really that is true. What has been happening in Jubilee is giving the true meaning of what the election should be. But let me say this, that currently we have a bill in the House sponsored by the Senator for Nyandarua that seeks to raise the threshold of impeachment of a governor. And I think that is going to solve a lot of the mess you see right now that we're in as far as impeachment is concerned, because right now impeachment is, in most cases, 70% of the cases, malicious, nothing else but a political gun held by MCAs against governors. In 70% of the cases, some cases may be genuine, and immediately we go that way, then impeachment becomes a hopeless process. And I think that is the worst defilement that would face this particular constitution, and especially you can imagine how sacred the process of impeachment is. You know, I was telling somebody the other day, look at all impeachments the whole world over, including, I would want to say that to our judiciary. Which other countries do you see where the judiciary come and interfere with impeachment processes? That you hear that somebody ran to court to stop an impeachment. It was there the other day in Brazil, has happened so many times in the US. The judiciary stays away from impeachment processes, so that because that is the only way you can be able to the optimum of bringing political responsibility or punishment to a politician, because in most cases you cannot take them to a court of law to answer to political crimes. And once that is interfered with by either the judiciary or by having irresponsible MCAs, then we lose the plot.
Just to build on that point by Senator Matangi, in fact, a friend and I are exploring the possibility of a misconduct by the judiciary, particularly with the Wambora case. We're seeing how far, in terms of his tenure, Wambora will survive. There's an obvious misconduct issue on the part of the judges to undermine the mandate, constitutional mandate of another organ by illegally and unconstitutionally allowing a governor to hold office despite a lawful process that is provided for by the Constitution. So for me, I think there are various very weighty constitutional issues that can point to misconduct of the judiciary on that particular matter of impeachment.
Let me weigh in briefly, because the public might be following us keenly. I want to beg to disagree with my brother Steve. Steve is saying if an MCA then attempts to impeach a governor on a matter that happened 2-3 years ago, then it is not right. And then that way we would not be understanding impeachment, because you will remember the impeachment grounds that removed the president of Brazil was something she did when she was going into elections. What did she do? She manipulated the budget and gave a false belief about the performance of the economy of Brazil. And almost 4 years later, she's being impeached. Impeachment should be for anything done during the entire term, whether the immediate or long term. That's the way I understand.
Let's move on now for matters impeachment and county assemblies and discuss code and Jubilee politics. And before we even talk, there's one of our viewers here as at Swihamo. Hamon Sando says, as you discuss leadership, stay focused on the